What's up? How you guys doing? 10 o'clock. Baseball After Dark. What do you guys think of the new stuff? We messed around with it a little bit. Me and my friend Zach. Um, okay, so I was just watching Yamamoto. That's where I was gonna go right away. Um, Almost got that no hitter. Jackson Holiday. I thought Pajes maybe could have tried to catch that. I think he got a little domed up. I don't think he saw it very well. But Yamamoto, I thought he was going to get it. I was about to just go right into Yamamoto, like, whole game. I thought no hitter. It felt like a no hitter was coming. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. We already have 19 people in here. That's great. It's outstanding. All right. Yep. So I'm going to switch over here. Yep. There we go. So I think a lot of people probably want me to talk about Tong right away and go ahead and watch that start. I think we should watch Yamamoto really quick because this was special. I only caught the end of it. Obviously, I was keeping tabs on it, hoping he was going to throw the no-hitter so we could do no-hitter coverage here. But he was right there. He basically threw a no-hitter. 112 pitches. Tonight, 46 fastballs, 22 splitters, 16 curves, 15 cutters, 7 sinkers, 6 sliders. The velocity was up. See, everything's red here. The velo was up big time. Almost 2 miles an hour today. And when you can pitch and be great at 93, 94, and then all of a sudden you're throwing 96 in a game, cheat code, absolute cheat code for those types of guys. Anyway, he was incredible tonight, so we might as well just watch it. And he didn't throw the no-hitter. If he threw the no-hitter, I would watch every pitch. But I think we should just watch the decision pitches. All right, here he is. The highest paid pitcher in the history of baseball, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, in terms of total contract. Breaking Garrett Cole's record. So a fly out. As you can see, 97.7 right away. Facing a lot of young dudes on the Orioles. All right, so he's going to get his first strikeout here on a cutter. I don't really love the location on that, to be honest. I mean, it's just fast. I don't know what happened here. Gunnar hated his swing. But whatever. 1, 2, 3 in the first, obviously. Mountcastle. He's throwing hard. Yep, that's beautiful. Top of the zone. He's another one. Low release. I mean, you can see he's like very crouched in his legs as he heads down the mound. That's called an elevator ball right here. Just nicely done. Right down the middle, too, so you have to swing at that. And you're just not on it. All right, Colton Cowser. So it looks like he came out of the gate throwing a lot of fastballs in this game. Arm was feeling good. Must have been a humid night in Baltimore. I know it rained here a little bit in New York, so it probably rained in the morning in Baltimore. That would be my guess. Now, he's got plus carry on his fastball, but it's not, it's not a 20 ball. But the angle that he's at plays up into that. So it's a pretty high amount of spin considering how low he is and how much extension he gets for his size. But so far, every out on fastball. I mean, it's just 97 tonight, so comes right out. First time through the order, he's doing the old school thing. He's getting guys out with fastballs. Now, in the third inning, he does have back-to-back walks here. Beavers. And then Basayo, who actually hit that walk-off home run the other night. All down. They had a rain delay in this game? That's crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It got over kind of late for a low-scoring game. So he went the whole way and they had a rain delay? That's fascinating. All right, so there's a double walks. Let's see how he gets out of that. Mayo. All right, so curveball. This curveball is so like... It pops up big time, but it's so slow and tight that there's like change of direction. It's like... And I think if it was not as tight, this change of direction would be bad. But it's pretty tight. Like, it's a pretty tight hump. Like, it's... Whoop, whoop. So I really like it. So there's a little bit of nuance with that curveball. And then he's going to get a double play here out of Jackson Holliday on a first pitch split.
Now, he would have liked to have hit a 3-run home run, as we know.
So the split, obviously, that's the Japanese, like, you know, specialty pitch that a lot of guys throw that are from over there. Yamamoto has an outstanding split, especially because it's his location with it. He's always down with it. Seems like he can manipulate it to have more arm side movement or more depth to it, so that's a really good weapon. And especially with his four seam, they're going to create really good separation. They're going to work really, really good. Wait, is Trinan giving it up right now? Somebody let me know if Trinan's giving it up right now. I turned it off literally with like 2 strikes in the 9th. All right, so 4th inning, Jeremiah Jackson. Sinker. This is a pitch that he doesn't throw often, but he's got a good one relative to his 4-seam. You can see that one just kind of takes off. Ground ball. It's a nice pitch. I think he's really hard to time with his delivery as well, which I'll show you from the side in a little bit. Splitter away. Beautiful pitch. Roll over. Gunner's very frustrated. His body language says he's very frustrated in this game. Mountcastle. Trinan has bases loaded, 2 outs. So he doors Mountcastle there. So he strikes out a fastball hitter twice with fastballs. Mountcastle. Hard guy to get a fastball by. He is struggling with command. Okay, well, hopefully he gets out of that. All right, 5th inning. Colton Cowser. Splitter here. This is nasty. It's got a negative vert metric on it. Yeah, that was pretty damn good. Pretty far outside, but it starts, you know, inside that outside edge. So it's pretty late. Nice pitch. And then Emmanuel Rivera. He just got pulled. Who are they bringing in? Bet you it's Vesia. All right, that's a fly out, and then he gets Beavers. So a lot of outs on fastballs so far. Couple on curveballs, couple on splits, second time through, but and that's a vicious curveball. And that's what I was talking about yes, it has a hump on it, but it's tight though. I mean, watch, it's up and down. Like it's definitely up. Like that's it going up, you know? But it turns it around really quick. And I do think that the 2,900 RPM is a big part of that. Oh, Vesia is hurt. It's going to be Tanner Scott. He's had no luck recently. So maybe, sheesh. So like Jack Dreyer, like statistically, maybe one of their best guys right now. Do we have to pause this? Somebody tell me when that game's over, and we'll go look at that real quick. All right, so that's a strikeout. That's the up down to Beavers. Gets through the 5th, 6th inning. First out with a cutter here. Ooh, this ball was hit pretty well. Yeah, that ball was really whacked. Once again, the cutter, you know, you throw a medium speed pitch in the middle. I just don't like these pitches for contact now that the whole world throws them. Hitters are much more measured on these pitches. And 108.1. All right, Kobe Mayo. Curveball. So now he's starting to get to the full mix for sure. 5th, 6th inning. His curveball's vicious tonight. Off the end. I also really haven't... That was that one line out was the first out that was like, okay, like that could have been a hit. All right, Jackson Holliday again. Split. I mean, just perfect location. It doesn't even move that much, but it feels like it's awfully late, right? I mean, look how long this ball holds the line for. It holds it to about there. So he's already into his swing. It's too late to adjust swing path at this point. I mean, I think that's reality, man. This ball moves late. Now it's a 90, almost a 94 mile an hour splitter. But look at how long it holds that line, dude. And then just it's outside the edge of the bat. Man. This is one of the most impressive pitches I've seen in a while. And the swag coming off of that? Are you kidding me? Just the turnaround, the casual turnaround. Stare off in the distance. Walk off. They blew it. Okay. Well, we're already in this game, so I'm trying to load Tanner Scott right here. Damn. So, okay, if this was Trinan's outing, it went... Now, I'm not going to probably get broadcast yet. No, so I can get center field on it. So this was... This ball smacked by Jeremiah Jackson, 105-2 for a double. Then he hits Gunnar. It's actually funny because Mitch, who's always in the chat, he's out tonight. And I was texting with him earlier. And he was saying, oh, like, watch the bullpen blow this. And I was like, there's no way they blow it. They're 1 out away. Nobody's on base. Okay, so then a walk there, and then another walk. Colton Cowser. And then here comes Tanner, and Emmanuel Rivera is the hero. Fastball down, up the middle. Man, that sucks. And Tanner Scott was a former Oriole, too. Man, that stinks. Oh, we got the broadcast. Here's the last at-bat. Here we go. Heater down. So what's going on with Tanner Scott? I mean, I've seen he's struggling. I saw his quotes today. Haven't watched him a lot. Are the walks back or is the stuff not the same? Because the first pitch, I was expecting to see 99 and I see 95.9. Right? I mean, look, for me, I'd be jumping for joy, but for him, that's like, whoa, you're in it. This is the game. Where's the 100? And then 18-3, that's outstanding. He's got insane low. You want to talk about getting low. This guy gets low. Anyway, ball one. So he's got no confidence in this moment. So let's see.
Let's see if he hates it. Baseball hates him again.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. 96-4 goes right at him. And he's just going to go triple fastball. Yeah, and it's just like contact hitter gets a contact hit on a pitch down. He's mad. He did the behind the back spike. Behind the back ball spike here. He's over here. He's over here. Watch this. Yeah, behind the back ball spike. Sorry. I don't mean to laugh. That's a terrible feeling. I've been walked off a bunch of times. But anyway. Damn, I don't know what's going on. I feel bad for Yamamoto. We should get back to him, though, because he was awesome. Yeah, is self-belief everything to a pitcher? It's a great question. I love that question. Yeah, to some extent, but it's like the chicken and the egg. Like, do you need to have the success to then, like, get your confidence ironclad, or do you just have to have the confidence first to then have the success come on? I think at some level you have to believe in your ability. Like, if you don't deep down really think that you're good and that you can kind of, get zeros out there, then you won't. But at the same time, yeah, like there's levels to it, ebbs and flows. I mean, of course, that's like the whole game. That's everything, all the time, constantly convincing yourself that this next outing you're going to shove. And the last outing was not connected and there's no pattern to worry about or any of that stuff. So, yeah, that's real. Yeah, Scott's his walks are actually way down. So you're right, if that's correct what Patrick Gunn is saying. So he's getting hit this year. What about the stuff? Somebody look up the velocity and stuff like that if you can. While I finish out this Yamamoto game, which it definitely deserves the attention. So he got Jackson Holiday on that split, and then Jeremiah Jackson, this is in the 7th, also on a split. Ooh, that went down and to the right. And late. Yeah, 16-5. Yeah, you've got no shot to hit that. Golly, what a pitch. That was nasty. He's so nasty. I was obsessed with Yamamoto when he was in Japan. Obsessed. I watched his videos all the time. Try to figure out how it was going to translate. I was so excited for him in the WBC. It's actually funny that he's pitching and I'm wearing my USA baseball hoodie here because they beat us in the finals. But obsessed with him. All right, so that was that strikeout. Then Gunner. Sorry, I'm a little slow right now. Cutter here. Oh my God, that's a Mariano style broken bat. Cutter up in. Goodbye.
Henderson's bat is destroyed. It lands near second.
Oh, the Padres booth went nuts with the Dodgers blowing that game in the Coors Field booth. That's hilarious. That's a great story, Mike. I love that. Okay, so he blows him up. That was nasty. That was Mariano style. He didn't even throw that pitch in Japan, the cutter. The cutter and the gyro slider, which he throws a little bit, sort of like a cutter. Those are Dodger Dodger thoughts, Dodger reinventions. Before that, when he came over, he was four-seam sinker, split, curveball. But unbelievable. 3-time MVP, 3-time Sawamura Award winner in Japan, which is basically the Cy Young. All right, so Yamamoto on the curveball. 8th inning. This is like when I kind of started watching, and he's disgusting this inning. Dotted down and away. All you can do is kind of flail at it. 1 out. And then Rivera. These are just quick outs. He makes the 8th inning look so easy. Fastball up, you're just beat. No shot. 89, can of corn. And then Beavers with a diabolical splitter here. I mean, that's perfection. Perfection. I wish I could do this. God, that's so nasty. Dude, negative vert on a 93-mile-an-hour split. He probably threw a heater down at some point in this at-bat. Let's just see where this one is on the 1-1 out of curiosity. Yeah, it's like, this one had like rise to it. Out of the hand, I thought this was going to be bottom rail and then watch it backspin up and stay. And then the next one came out a little lower, but you still have to respect the ride on it, that split. And then it's just gone. Yeah, you're out. All right, so 9th inning. And this one was insane too. And I was watching, and the Orioles booth was talking, and they were out of words with this splitter right here. Look at this one. Oh, come on now. And then Kobe Mayo, first pitch out. This is why I was like, he's got it. It was like, it was too easy to this point. 3 pitches and 2 outs in the 9th. And then, okay, here's the Jackson Holiday at bat. So we'll watch the whole thing. This is where he loses it. 2 outs in the 9th. Challenge heater, first pitch. Probably wanted it a little bit more in. Yep, target's a little bit more in. But credit to everybody in this situation. Jackson, great hack at it. Good pass. Yamamoto, challenge city. Then perfect splitter again. Somehow no swing. So this is how takes are so important. I mean, he starts to go and then he's able to shut it down. Oof. This was a hell of a pitch though. So that goes to 1-1. And then 4-seam. 98. Maybe his fastest pitch of the night. And this ball, he backspun the crap out of this thing, but just leaked it just a hair off the corner. And another good take by Jackson. Then they decide to go cutter. Now, I've been talking about this a lot. I don't like throwing a cutter when you have to throw a strike. I like it when it'd be nice to throw a strike, but not imperative to throw a strike. Therefore, you're okay missing with it off the corner. When you have to throw a strike, you're more likely to cue yourself in your brain to make sure you keep it in the strike zone, and that's when mistakes are made. Now, this is not a bad pitch. This is more a good swing to my memory. Yeah, I mean, it's on the corner. but he definitely seemed to be anticipating in there. You know, and ultimately he whacked the crap out of that ball. Not enough, though, to be a typical homer, though. 95-6 at 31. So that tells me he did get in on him a little bit. Let's watch that again.
He's done all night for the edges.
I mean, it's at the right height. Maybe you want it a little bit higher. Hard to quibble with that pitch on 2-1 in terms of the intended location, but that's what I'd be afraid of, throwing that pitch. I've gotten clipped too many times trying to do this, and he gets clipped here. But also, what do we think about the outfield play? He gets kind of flustered by the wall, and it lands all the way up there. Like, that would have been a pretty tough play, but I was surprised he didn't give it a good shot. I just think he got flustered by the wall. On the broadcast, they were like, oh, he should have tried for that. It's like, it's hard to say when you're out there. The spatial awareness was weird, I think, in that moment with that big wall and then the other wall. And there's also like a fence there. There's like ground crew people breathing on you under there. There's like a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I find it hard to blame him there for that. So there's Yamamoto. Yeah, he's just like, are you shitting me, man? And Dave Roberts and Mark Pryor are like, I guess we got to take him out. So they take him out, and then it all falls apart. All right, so that's crazy. That's how we start the night. I have literally like, 20 topics written down between yesterday and today. There's so much stuff going on in baseball. But I guess now we might have to do a Tanner Scott investigation really quick. Let me check the chat. All right, Patrick Gunn. Fastball velocity is good, but he's given up 8 homers on the fastball. 488 expected slugging. Okay. What's up, Ray? K. Cal Raleigh just hit 52, so we'll definitely check on that. The O's booth is pretty good. I miss it when it was the OGs, though. The guy who does the hockey. God, what's his name? But he was great. They're all right, though. They're fine. I like the Orioles. I like their vibe as an organization in a lot of ways. Gary Thorne. Gary Thorne was the man. Gary Thorne was classic voice for Baltimore. I loved being in Camden Yards, in the training room, eating my peanut butter and jelly or whatever, getting ready to walk out to the bullpen and the game's on, and like hearing Gary Thorne, in the speakers. I love that. He was great. He was one of the ones I look forward to for sure. All right, should we do a quick look at Tanner Scott? Why not, right? I know we got a million other things to look at, but I mean, now I'm curious. What's going on, man? I've been watching this guy pitch a long time. Obviously, we're in the same division when he was on the Marlins, and also when I was on the Yankees, he was on the Orioles. He's always had ridiculous four-seam slider stuff, But it used to be the walks. So this year, it's not the walks. Look at that, 5.5% walks. That's really good. The Ks are still good, but not as good. The chase. Obviously, he's getting hit. So he's getting hit. That's the consensus. Heat maps. Fastball right down the middle. Is that normal for him? Probably. Yeah. I mean, this is a guy that he's just going to have to throw strikes. That's basically what he did his whole career. Now, kept his usage the same this year, percentage-wise. So nothing there. This is it. You just go down the checklist, huh? All right, movement. Four-seam fastball has a little bit more horizontal movement, but other than that, it's about the same. Slider. Different. No, not that much different. A little more different. Last year, it was a little more depthy. It was better last year. Slider was better last year by movement. Pitch values. Four-seam is not it this year. Last year it was insane. So that's just wild to see, considering the movement's about the same. What about the velocity? He's definitely down a little, but it could be negligible. Averaging 96.4 this year on the four-seam, last year 97. Okay. This just shows you how hard it is. You can have this kind of shit, this kind of stuff, and still give it up. Still go runs. It's crazy. Mitch right here. Ha 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 ha. Lol Dodgers. Crazy. Insane. Arm angle's the same. This is like hard to figure out. First pitch strikes are great. So nothing with that. Edge percentage is arguably better than last year. So, you know what you would need to do is you would need to watch a lot of games. You need to watch a lot of games to have a real opinion on this. It's so hard just by looking at the numbers to know what the heck's going on here. So hard. So yeah. I don't know. What's this? Is this BABIP crazy? I'm flustered. No, not crazy. It was actually worse last year with the Padres. This is wild. All right. Forget all that. We're done with Tanner Scott. I'm done. Goodbye. All right. So Dodgers lose. They just keep losing. It's crazy. They're so damn good. Let's see what else we got here. So yeah, so Hunter Brown deGrom was a possibility tonight. I really want to watch. Let's watch Yordan versus deGrom, 3 at-bats. And then from there, maybe we'll go take a look at Jonah Tong. Okay? All right, so we're going to go Rangers and Astros. And we're going to go Mr. Yordan Alvarez. Because we've been watching a lot of Yordan lately. So, I mean, shoot, I watched him both of his previous 2 games where he got 4 hits and 4 hits. Needless to say, the man is locked in. All right, first at bat, first Jake. Let's see it. 98-4 dotted away. Classic Jake. Everything normal here. Just a really nice fastball away. I hate this camera angle, but it is what it is. All right, changeup. Interesting. Ball out of hand. Started too low, but you know what is interesting? This was a very nice metric here. Negative 2.3 vert on Jake's changeup here. I wonder if he's moved to a kick change. Hard to say. And because I have not asked him, but maybe I will. Changeup down on the plate, ball. So 1-1. Fastball away, changeup. Now he's going to double up on the changeup. Pulls it a little bit, but it's a strike. That was a dangerous pitch, but that take tells me Yordan is not looking for a changeup, nor should he be. You're facing Jacob deGrom. You should look for a fastball or a slider. All right, fastball here, 1-2. High target. Slightly overcooks it. Came out of his delivery just a hair. You can tell that he felt that way. All right, so 2-2. And here comes the slider. Pretty good pitch. Interesting that he got him to swing. I guess he thinks it's a fastball and it's going to be dotted down and away, and then it just kind of stays low. So really good pitch considering he did dot a fastball down and away early. So maybe that was a contributing factor. But, you know, Jake lives on the edges. And these pitches are all really fast. That's a 92-mile-an-hour slider, so it's really hard to decipher that. All right, second at bat. So deGrom wins round 1, round 2 here. Fastball middle down. Good pitch to swing at. Yordan has been very passive on the first pitch recently. So Jake kind of pours this one in here. This was a dangerous pitch. That's a pitch that he would like to see again. All right, fastball away. Painted away. So, I mean, you couldn't be more painted than that. This strike zone's very opaque or whatever. I don't know if that's the word. Translucent. But you can just see that the yellow is touching it just a bit over there. Anywho. 0-2. So he starts him 0-2. There was that same pitch. Leaks it a little bit more over the plate. Yordan, good swing. Willing to go the other way. He's a little late on it. So buys himself another pitch. Yeah, he's just late on it. That's cheese, though. 98-4. And then change up off that. Interesting. Locate it. Nope. Easy take. So everything away except for the first pitch, middle down. Now they're going to go fastball again. Are they going to stay away? He looks like he obviously umps up on this. This is 98-8. Really good pitch and an even better swing. All right, so I actually don't love the sequence. I think that given the previous pitches, there's no doubt that Yordan's attention's on the outside corner. And even on the foul ball, I could tell on the read of the foul ball that, you could tell that he's willing to drive the ball that way. There's no pull off on that foul ball. And so to continue to stay out there was probably a bad read by a pitcher-catcher here, in my mind at least, for what it's worth. However, the execution is still fantastic for what they had their read on and what they thought was happening, and they thought they could beat him up top, that they hadn't really gotten to that spot yet. 99 from Jake, up and away. This is a swing and miss to almost everybody. But Yordan's freaking locked in right now. This is just a beautiful swing. I mean, just smacks that ball the other way. And you know what? He didn't hit it that hard, but going that way, there's a lot of open space, and it was a hit. Let's watch him from third base. Yeah, just willingness to go that way, kind of catch it deep. All right, so now third at bat. So it's the series is tied at 1, and here's the rubber match. Backdoor curveball attempt, just misses it. Actually, really wants it. Jake not happy with this call. Can't really tell with this zone box. I think it's a little down. And here comes a changeup. Good pitch. A little low. Here comes the slider. 2-0 slider. Trying to get back in it. Misses. So now he's at a 3-0 count. There's nobody on. 2 outs in the inning. The smart money might be to walk Yordan here because he's not going to run anyway, and he's too good of a hitter. But the other side of the coin is, there's 2 outs and nobody on. You cannot walk a guy here. You go right at him. So he does probably go at him here. 3-0. Ooh, that pitch looked like it was off the corner, but he gets the call. Comes another fastball away again. Really good pitch again now, but again, he's just throwing him away. Really hasn't tried in at all. Change up here. Okay, change up off those fastballs and he pulls it. You see, it's just such a small, subtle mistake. And every pitcher does this. I mean, Jake's arguably the greatest pitcher that I've ever watched pitch. But look at... It's just a slight pull. I can't even explain to you how minute this is, in the physical level of a pitcher. He wants to drive this ball right to this glove. And as he moves down the rubber, that's where his energy is trending. But he pulls just a hair early. And so instead of his arm unraveling in the lane that he wants it to, it's one click over. And it just goes right into the crazy zone. Right into the Yordan's oh my God, I can't believe this ball's coming down and into me. I mean, he's unbelievable, though. He's so locked in. A lot of guys would pull a foul, or they'd mess it up. Not Yordan. He gets one pitch to hit in this game, one legitimate pitch to crush, and he crushes it. So, that was awesome. That was really fun to look at. Let's actually watch the swing again from the side again, because it's just, he's unreal. Yeah, like I said, most guys would pull it foul. All right, let's look at the setup. So he's actually pretty wide relative to a lot of the guys I've been watching, but I would expect the stride doesn't get any longer. Let's see. So lead leg. I'm watching the lead leg. A little longer. Goes from, let's see, from here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. From here to there. Okay, so minimal stride, but still has enough adjustability in his game here to, even though his on time is to left center, when the pitch is slow, he can still get the ball out front. You see? So he's still able to catch that changeup out front. This is what the best hitters in the world do. This is their approach. They're all over the fastball to the opposite gap, and then they're smashing mistake off-speed pitches. Great swing. So efficient. Plus, he's a moose. All right, so that's it for that. So let's go in the chat and let's see what we want to go to next. What time is it? Not bad. Only 37 minutes in. We're working. I think Jonah Tong is like definitely, people want me to watch that, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. And I only watched a little bit of that game, so I'm curious how it played out. Ryan Helsley. My thoughts when I watched the other day, this is a question from Christian S. My thoughts about Ryan Helsley, and I talked about it a little bit the other day. I think it's mostly a command issue. There might have been a little bit of potential tipping, and now that definitely got in his head because he changed his setup from up top to down low. I thought the tipping, personally, a little hard to see. I couldn't say for sure. I saw some other breakdown videos, including my friend Trevor May, who made a compelling case that he definitely was tipping and the Braves knew. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think that, I mean, to be honest, he made a lot of non-competitive pitches. So hard to say, but he's got such incredible stuff, and I'm hoping he'll be all right moving forward. He just needs to get ahead in the count. That's always the key of the game. Make competitive pitches. Padres might blow their lead too. 4-run seventh for the Rockies. The games are never over at Coors. Everybody knows that. Let's go back over here real quick to Savant so I can at least see what we got on the scoreboard right now. D-backs are beating the Red Sox again. Red Sox have not looked good in Arizona so far. Walder, people want to know about Walder. Yep, Trevor May's video was solid. He's so good. He does really good stuff. Jack Leiter, he's been very good recently. All right, let's check where we're at in the scoreboard right now. Yes, Padres still have the lead, 10-7 in the Rockies game. D-backs 5-1 on the Red Sox. A's are up 7-0 on the Angels early. Wow, crazy. Yankees won 3-1. There was some stuff that happened in that game. Nationals, obviously. Nationals 2-1. Brad Lord was really good in this game. Reds beat the Mets tonight. That's what we're about to watch. Probably Jonah Tong. See how that looked on a deeper level. Woodruff was outstanding tonight for the Brewers. Guardians beat the Rays, so the Rays finally kind of lose 2 in a row or whatever. Orioles, we saw that. Royals crushed Joe Ryan today in the first, which was crazy. Astros ended up winning 11-0, so that game got out of control. Mariners 10-2 over the Braves, and the Cardinals with a last-second comeback on the Giants. Damn, the Giants were like in position to have won another series. That sucks. All right, let's go to the Mets. So Mets and Reds. Let's watch Jonah. I'm curious what the metrics were. Like I caught a little bit of it, not much. A little bit of this start, especially when he pitched well early. I didn't really see any of the homers, so I'm just curious what it looks like second time through. Here we go. Yep, still has the huge number on that fastball, 20.6. The first fastball I look at tonight. I mean, that's ridiculous. He's number 1 right now in the big leagues. Obviously, very small sample in most induced vertical break. So that's his like kind of first outlier quality that he has, stuff-wise. Also, he throws pretty dang hard. Like, it's easy to forget, and then you end up watching his start, and he's like 95, 97 the whole time. So he starts off really nice. This is an insane... You're just not going to hit this pitch. Above the zone. This is... If he could bottle this is where he'd want to throw most of his fastballs with 2 strikes. Too much for Marte. And then Ellie De La Cruz going to get him out with a first pitch fastball. Definitely pulled it. All of his misses in his first start were pulled with the fastball. That was the one trend that I saw that, I think is interesting. His fastball trends this way, and it also kind of has a little bit of that shape to it too. 2.9 horizontal, so it's not going arm side. And also on top of that, he plays it up. He plays into it a little bit by being on the extreme third base side of the rubber, and then when he strides. See this angle, I hate this camera angle, but it's good to demonstrate this point. When he strides, he is outside the strike zone. So at first I thought that his delivery was more designed for his arm to come out right down the middle and just kind of Iron Mike it straight through and throw strikes. But now I realize that he's actually a little cheated over to third base. And I think part of the reason for that is he knows that his balls tug left all the time. So he needs more plate to work with. So therefore, when he's throwing these pitches, he can pull them pretty far like this one, and it's still a strike. Like, he yanks the crap out of this fastball. This is probably not what he definitely wants to do all the time, but it's a really good effect here because it goes through the whole zone. It's freaking 98 miles an hour, and it chews up Elly De La Cruz. So part of it is where he stands on the rubber, and that's something that I didn't realize before. And I do think that that is interesting when watching him because it creates an element where that angle is going to allow him to throw a lot of strikes with his fastball, and just strikes in general. So I think he has control. I don't think he has command yet, especially with the fastball. But he definitely has control. He has a system. He built in a system mechanically for himself to keep his arm in a place where he can consistently land it in the strike zone. And it has, obviously, like I said, number one in the game. Obviously small sample, number one in the game, induced vertical break, and a little bit of perceived cut, and he throws hard as shit. So that's what I'm seeing so far. So that was the first inning. Second inning. Hayes. Same thing here. Like, this is another screaming fastball with probably incredible ride. Yep, 19.5 ride. Vert rides, like, going up. That's what I'm talking about. And then the angle on it, too. Like, the way it bores left. This isn't necessarily a pitch. You get a lot of times guys to swing at is like it's just a fastball away off the plate. But when it has this type of angle to it, you can see why. So, really good start to this game. Really good. He's going to get another out with the heater here to Lux. Just kind of beats him there, jams him. Yeah. This ball bore in on Gav a little bit here. And he gets it not quite square on the barrel. So that's another effect of that fastball when he's facing left-handers. And actually, another thought that just popped into my brain that will help me explain a little bit about his positioning on the mound. And why it matters too is like, so stuff-wise, his pitch profiles to me scream reverse platoon split type pitcher, meaning chew up lefties. Fastball with a lot of carry from an over-the-top slot with a little bit of cut to it, or at least perceived cut. Outstanding pitch versus left-handers. Really good changeup, plus changeup, also outstanding pitch versus left-handers. And curveball, really good curveball, also outstanding pitch versus left-handers. So his profile screams, I dominate left-handers. But in order to dominate right-handers, he has to do what? He has to create some sort of strange angle because those pitches traditionally do not chew up right-handers. You know, four seams with a little cut. Change-ups, it's just not a thing. I mean, now it's becoming more of a thing, but it's not a thing that traditionally kills righties. And curveballs are like, they're effective, but not nearly as much as the opposite-handed hitters. So that's why I think this matters. So here's the first thing that does not go right for him, and it's a 3-2 walk on a changeup to Spencer Steer. And then here comes the home run, Sal Stewart. So we'll watch the whole at-bat. First pitch, fastball. Perfect pitch, 95 down. So I'm assuming he probably sticks with the fastball because he probably didn't mean to throw it there. Let's see where Luis's target was. Yeah, original target's up. So even though it's as a strike, and this is a place I would love to throw it right here, down and away, I think this is great for him. He probably didn't mean to do that. So if I were him, if I were thinking like he's probably thinking, oh, let's just throw another fastball. So far, my fastball's been electric. I'm guessing he throws a fastball and gets clipped. Yes. And actually, it's a hell of a good pitch. It's just a better swing. Oh, my God. And Sal Stewart is juiced. That's his first career homer, first career hit. That was sick. This pitch is above the zone with, okay, so 17.7. That's not quite his normal fastball ride. So we have to realize that. If that's a 20 ball, probably pops it up, doesn't hit it for a homer. It's also not his best velo of the night. These are all small quibbles, and a lot of people would immediately run to the pitch data. But I still say this is a heck of a good pitch. First pitch down. You should not be able to cover up after that first pitch down with this type of shape to it, and it's above the zone. So, you know what? Sal Stewart, you're the freaking man, dude. This was a sick first career homer. Dead center, too. That's your home ballpark? Yeah, he's juiced. I love it. Let's see the swing. I mean, somehow he works above the ball here. I don't know how he did this because this pitch has got a lot going up on it, but that was sick, though. And all these kids with the mustaches these days, it's wild. I never saw this whole mustache revolution coming. But shoot, I had one last year for a little while because it was working. All right. Trevino. All right, so nothing to see there. And then he comes out and gets clipped again on McLean. Fastball, pull ball, and another heater here. So maybe the second time through, his fastball was so dominant early that second time through, guys are going to be looking for the heater. Also, this is a horrible place to be a fly ball pitcher. Horrible place. 101.4 at 26, but like in the gap, that's usually caught. But at Great American Ballpark, I mean, everything's got a chance. This is another pretty good pitch now. It's just a good pitch in a better swing. So twice he's been clipped on good pitch, better swing. I don't like the 3-2 walk. I don't like the fact that he walked Spencer Steer in the second. That is the thing that will bother him because that ultimately led to 2 runs. Otherwise, he'd be fine. Then he comes back and he strikes out Friedel on a changeup. Really nice. That's the first out we've seen on that pitch. And that's going to be a very important pitch for him. Then he walks Noel V. Martes. It's another 3-2 walk. Just down. And then Ellie is going to get him with a changeup. As long as he throws his changeup in that location, he's money. Okay, I think they rule him out of the baseline. And then Ellie gets caught stealing. This is a sick throw by Terrence. I saw this. Oh, so sick. Dude, the way he pivoted, like... Hold on, back it up a little more. Here we go. He's quick. And he's number 1 in throwing run value, I believe. Go watch him back here. Nasty. That's so cool. You know how good that feels to throw somebody out? That's awesome. And then he's going to get clipped for a 3rd time by Hayes. Let's see if it's all fastballs. Curveball down. There's a 4-seam. So it is all 3 fastballs. This one is more of the location you would expect for him to give up a home run to a righty. Just kind of a fastball that kind of leaks middle. Slightly pull side and a fastball count to a pull side hitter. This one makes sense. First pitch curveball is non-competitive. And second pitch he got, jumped all over. This is just like, welcome to the big leagues. There's guys that are really good at not missing that pitch. And Hayes did not miss that pitch. All right, so that's how he gives up the 4 runs, and let's see how he works from there. Curveball backdoor, nice pitch, kind of rolls over Lux. Good play by McNeil. Nice play, Squirrel. Then another walk. So Steer's 4-pitch walk. We don't need to watch that. And then Sal Stewart. This time he's going to get him out on a changeup. Okay. So first at bat. Oh my God. This guy's hilarious. Sal Stewart. Did you see his reaction of popping up? Watch the guy in the box. Hold on. Center field. Oh, he thought he had that. He thought he should have smashed this ball. All right, maybe this is the angle. Maybe I'll finally get it right here. Yeah, he thought he should have killed that. But you know what? He was way out front, so good adjustment by Tong that time. And then he's going to get Trevino with a strikeout on a... Still throwing 97 here. Nice pitch right there. Then another walk. So 4 walks, I believe. This is a 3-2 changeup again. Down. Okay. Then, ooh, he gets a double play out of Friedel. That's impressive. Oh, wow. Beautiful thing. That's so nice. Goes right to Lindor. Okay. Then 5th inning, he's going to punch out Noelvi Marte right and right changeup. Let's see it. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That was really nice. And then 6th inning. I like the fact that he still pitched 6 innings. Got clipped for 3 homers. It's going to happen. But I like the fact that he still pitched 6 innings. Managed to pitch 6 innings, even with the walks. I do think that this guy is hard to hit. I do think that people are going to really hunt that fastball. Like, he kind of got lucky on that pitch right there. Hayes again. That could have been another smash. But I don't know. All right, and then he's going to punch out Lux to finish his at-bat. This is going to be a fastball down. Oh, just doors up top. Great heater. 98-2 on pitch number... Quanto pitches? I don't know, but that was awesome. Let me watch that again. That's called emptying the tank. I love that. He stayed competitive the whole way through. He gave up the 3 homers. I don't know. I didn't see anything really too bad in that game. Yes, there was the walks, and particularly that first walk really came back to bite him. All right, let's break it down. Let's take a quick look at our guy here, Mr. Jonah Tong. So 52 heaters, 28 changeups, 11 curves, 5 sliders. Sliders just not a part of the mix really. In terms of whiffs, 32% whiff tonight, 5 on changeups. So changeup's a big deal. Changeup's a big deal for him. He worked hard. Velo was outstanding. Everything was up relative to his last start. So that's good. Let's see the movement charts. Yeah, so he had a little bit less hop than he had in Citi Field, but he still had exceptional hop on the fastball. That's fine. He was averaging, he averaged 96.4 with the fastball. It's outstanding. Horizontal, everything looked fine. Changeup was a little different today, but I think the changeup has a little bit of a mind of its own, being that it's a Vulcan split. Today, averaged didn't have as much drop as last time, or as much run, but we can ignore that. It's 2 games. It means nothing. Curveball, same deal. It means nothing. Slider, whatever. Okay. Let's look at his exit velocities. There was some interesting. I don't know about these home runs, honestly. All these home runs. I'm not really sure. Get rid of here. Okay, so here's all the balls in play. Expected batting averages. So this home run, Austin Hayes, that ball was crushed. 820 expected batting average, home run in every ballpark. Fine. That was the 3rd homer. Second homer, Matt McLean, 5 of 30 ballparks. So, like I said, that's the bad thing about being a fly ball pitcher in a Great American Ballpark. You know, that ball's a home run. It's not a home run in 25 ballparks. So that's 1 less run he probably gives up. And then the one to center, yeah, that ball was crushed, 107. Man, it only got out by a little bit, 22 of 30 parks. So in some parks, he gave up 1 run in this game. Just goes to show you, baseball's not like the other sports. All the fields are not the same. All the conditions are not the same. There's a million variables. And I thought overall I was impressed with the way he composed himself and that sort of stuff as well. Let's see his pitch 3Ds, because I love looking at this stuff. All right, Jonah Tong. What's the yellow? The cutter? My God. All right, so here's the fastballs. It's that high release. He wants to be mostly up middle. He is. It's fine. Then let's see that relative to the changeups. Yeah, so he definitely popped a few changeups up middle, But these ones down here, I mean, some of them are probably non-competitive, too low. He'd like to be a little bit higher than a lot of those green balls. Anyway, not too much to look at. I feel like ultimately he threw fine. Keep running him out there. He hung in there, gave up some homers in a homer ballpark. If I were him, though, I would be a little bit thinking about being careful throwing my fastball and fastball counts to certain hitters. That would be the one, kind of adjustment that I would see so far. All right, let's go. Yeah, Mullins almost robbed. I like how he hung in there too. To be honest, I really did. I thought he acquitted himself well. He showed toughness. He showed toughness. They did lose, but not totally his fault. All right, what else we got here? Ooh, we got Alan the homie who's clamoring for Spencer Jones in the chat for next year, or even maybe this year. He has been mashing in AAA, I believe. Looks like he's got like a lefty judge, like he's trying to do a lefty judge swing. We'll get into the matchups tomorrow for tomorrow. Yeah, Sox. Peyton Tolley had a tough night yesterday. I watched a little bit of that. Looked like he had no command. Do you think the hump in Yamamoto's curve and splitter helps keep people guessing between ball staying up or breaking down late? Wow. So now we're talking about the curve and the splitter in Yamamoto tunneling. This is a great question. Thanks, Alex. This is an outstanding question. You know what? I'm curious about that. This is just a good question, man. Because I was thinking that typically a splitter and a curveball wouldn't necessarily tunnel, but I feel like when you use them both for chase down, they can maybe oddly tunnel in a weird way. Now, it sucks because a lot of times Baseball Savant will update the pitch 3D to a better mode where you can show you an individual at bat. So you can just see 3 or 4 of these lines on the page at once. And then you can kind of see, I guess maybe I can do this by innings. I guess there's more options in here I could maybe do. So maybe I'll try. But okay, so we need Yamamoto again. And this time we're going to switch it between curveballs and splits. Now, I think Alex might be right in that the hump on the curveball, like if you're trying to lay off the curveball down, right? If you see a hump and it's not very high, then you're like, oh, that's going to break below the plate, right, as a hitter. So if you see the hump, but it's kind of early, you can shut it down. But at the same time, then when he throws the splitter and it doesn't hump, but it's low, it almost feels like it's coming out of a lower place, right? And then it kind of then drops. So you think it's a fastball. I don't know. It's very confusing. Very confusing. But he did it in one sequence, I want to say, to somebody where there was like a curveball and then a split. But anyway, if we look at this, now maybe if I can narrow this down. Let's just go to like the 9th inning. Ooh, yeah, we can narrow it down. 8th inning. Okay, let's take a look. So you can clearly see the humpage, right? Both balls come out of a somewhat similar release point. Okay, curveball, he climbs a little bit, clearly. But look, the ball's going up, right? This is my point. To my point, the ball goes up out of the hand. That's a hump, Splitter, no hump. It's just coming in. So you can't necessarily trust a pitch that's going up that it's not a curveball, because just because it goes up doesn't mean that's just not the hump. So like on the fastball relative to this, let's bring in the fastball here. Yeah, so then when you bring in the fastball relative to this, like the fastball comes out as if there's a hump in it, except it's not a hump because it's still just traveling upward. So you can see the effect that all 3 of these pitches have. He can tunnel a curveball off of a high fastball. He can tunnel a splitter off of a low fastball. And then if he throws a curveball and you kind of trigger on it but spit on it low, he can do like splitter off that, or if you spit on a splitter, he can go, okay, yeah, that's even a better way about it. If you throw a splitter down and the hitter goes to fire but like makes a great take on it, curveball down off of that might get him even better, because then the ball pops up a little higher than that splitter line. So he just thinks, oh, that pitch is definitely going to be a strike, and then it drops even below. So I think that's going to be I think Alex is onto something a little bit. Splitter to curveball is a nice might be a nice combo for Yoshi, but it's just incredible. He's got such good it's chess, you know, it's chess. It really is. Like, depending on what he starts you with and what your reaction is, he can go another direction. All right, what else we got in the chat? That was so good. Giants got beat late after being on fire, yeah. Do I think Dustin May is a changeup away from a breakout? I don't know yet. I just know his sweeper's really good. I don't think he has any righty problem. It's all lefty problem. Dustin May it's a lefty problem for me. His mix does not. It's not adequate versus lefties yet. He hasn't figured out the formula yet. You know, you gotta make a witch's brew sometimes when you're a low slot righty. Excited to see what Sproat can do in his debut tomorrow. I am so excited for that as well. That will be a video. I'm just gonna, because I'm not having a show tomorrow, no live stream tomorrow. We decided to take Sundays off since we're doing these late Saturday shows. So we're basically doing the stuff from today anyway. But I'm going to do a video on Sproat. I'm going to immediately try to launch that up there as soon as the Mets game's over. Just all the thoughts. You know, honestly, I haven't really seen him pitch much. Just a couple pitches here and there. I know he throws hard. I'm excited to watch him. I watched his interview today. He spoke very well. I like the way he spoke. So I'm excited to watch the kid pitch. I'm definitely rooting for him. Ooh, Edwin Diaz from yesterday's game. This is something I wanted to watch. All right, this is great. Let's watch Sugar get in and out of trouble last night. It's funny because now I'm watching a lot of Mets stuff again, but I genuinely this was fascinating. So this was last night. I was actually driving a friend of my daughter's and my daughter back to their house because the girl decided she wanted to go home. Didn't want to sleep over, so we drove her back to where she lives, and I was listening to the game on the radio as Edwin made the comeback in this inning. But I need to watch this inning, man. All right, let's watch all the pitches for Shook, man. He works fast. All right, first pitch, heater away ball. Second pitch, heater and strike. Now he just has them set up pretty much usually middle away and just lets it fly. That's usually the lane he wants to be in. This slider, he leaves it arm side. So this is where he got himself in trouble right away because, as we all know, Edwin has a little bit of a base stealing issue as well, just like myself. And so now you get that leadoff runner on, and you're automatically thinking this guy will be in scoring position at some point. So now he's got to go into strike everybody out mode. But he's the best in the world at that. So it is what it is. All right, next at bat. Almost hits McLean on the first pitch. So look for Alvy to probably start shifting his target more and more to the glove side, trying to keep Sugar in here. I mean, he's already getting pretty far over there. That's a slider, though. So now you should probably throw another slider, stay in the zone. Well, they go back to the heater. Interesting. So he gets credit for that. Foul tip. Accidental foul tip. Looks like McLean tried to check his swing here. Yep, so 2-2. Good foul off by McLean. Yeah, his ball's definitely arm side flying almost every time. Yeah, you see it there again. He should throw a slider away, man. Slider down and away, dude. Sticks with the heater. Up in, up in, up in, ball. Sticks with it again. Up in ball. I'm sorry, but like, you got to throw a slider at some point in that at bat. So anyway, two guys on now. First and second, no outs. Friedel. Well, so yes, at this point he's lost. At this point he's completely lost out there. That's actually not a bad backdoor slider attempt. Like, considering where he's been missing with his fastball, you got to throw a slider at some point, right? You got to get back in the strike zone. He knows that though. Alvy didn't do him any favors here, but it is a ball. Alvy kind of just pancakes this ball. All right, 3-0. All right, so ball four, everything is arm side, right? Every single thing is arm side. So bases loaded and nobody out, no Elvy Marte. Elvy Marte or Marti, I don't know. All right, slider, there you go. And that's a nasty slider. One thing that I hate this camera angle too, but because it's offset to the left a little bit, you get a really good view at a righty slider. And this is a really good one from Ed. Ed. Nobody calls him Ed. Strike one. Let's throw another one. Even though he backs it up, it's in there. So now he's in the driver's seat in this at-bat 0-2. Yep, they're going to triple up on the slider. Now, his best season, 2022, he threw more sliders than fastballs. I actually think that's the only season he ever did that. But to me, like, that was the big adjustment. Throw the slider, make the fastball more effective. Nobody can hit a slider anyway. Not really. Slider away, so 2-2. Neither of those are very competitive. Now he's going to go back to the heat. This is the first fastball that he actually, like, kept in the lane and whiplashed. Like, this ball's exploding out of his hand. But he pulls it just a little bit. It's actually the first pitch he made the adjustment on. It's crazy. Because this is pitch number... I wish I could get rid of this field over here. Can I? Pitch number 19. So this is pitch number 20 when he makes his first adjustment on the fastball. But now it's 3-2. Here comes the slider. I would have thrown slider as well. Ooh, front door slider. Would have been ball 4. Gets the nervous Nelly hitter to swing and miss. Man. 3-2 is such a chase count. The hitter's just like, he doesn't want to walk me. He doesn't want to walk me. He's not going to walk me. Surely he won't walk me. And then they swing at a bad pitch. All right, Ellie De La Cruz. Man, I just knew, even listening on the radio, I just knew he was going to strike this dude out. Slider, middle down. You got to be all over that pitch. Heater up away. So there's another arm side miss, but not as drastic. You can see Alvy's way pulled over. Great target by Alvarez. This is the second time I've noticed him do this with Sugar in a while. And this is just great knowledge of your pitcher and their miss pattern and how to fix it. Look at the target. The target's way the fucking side. I just cursed, sorry. Yeah, I've been cursing, whatever. The target's way inside. And that forces him to drive his energy that way. And even though he's going to mess it up because he's arms late and he can't make the adjustment right now, it still corrals him. It keeps him in the strike zone. So great job by the catcher. Full credit to Alvarez there for where the setup was. Yeah, sorry. Baseball After Dark comes with curses. All right, so 1-2. 99 here, so he's like, I'm going freaking ham on this pitch. Don't know how he didn't swing at that, to be honest with you. This is up away. It doesn't have the usual run of Sugar. Sugar usually gets like 16, 17, 18 going to the right. This is only 14, so maybe that's another thing. His fastball shape's just a little messed up in this game. It could be that low-ass mound in Cincinnati. Don't say I didn't tell you. And then 99.5 here. He's going to freeze him. I don't know what you're looking for. Like, what are you looking for? Because even if this is a slider, you kind of have to swing at it down in and chase it off the plate. But he saves his best fastball. This is his best fastball he's thrown. This one actually gets into the lane he needs, and it just explodes. I mean, when Sugar lets it whip and the whip cracks, I mean, it is electric. Boom. Hell yeah. He's so awesome. He's just so aggressive out there. Like, he knew he could get out of this. And then finally, Lux. Now, this is a bad matchup for Sugar in a way. I mean, he's a better pitcher than Lux is a hitter. But at the same time, like, this is a contact hitter. So this is a tough spot here. Like, right here, the game's almost over right there. Slider, middle down, kind of stays on it, flicks it to the right. All right, 1-1 heater. Oof, Alvy saves the day with that. I mean, in this whole inning, he's thrown 2 heaters, 2 fastballs that were actually semi in the lane he was trying to throw in. All right, last play. Slider, pretty good pitch to hit, and just an unbelievable play. I cannot believe they made this play. And I wrote Sugar after the game. I was so proud of him when I saw the highlight, because this is an awesome PFP by him. And he's not known for this. He's a hard worker. He just wants to be so great out there. But he's not known to do this. And yet he does. Covers it beautifully. Acuna, heck of a play. Scampers over it, falls down, makes a very strong throw, but right in the breadbasket. Sugar makes the play. So sick. I freaking love it. And Sugar's, he's got the cojones, man. He's got the onions to get through a situation like this. He always believes he's going to strike his way out of it, and that's what a great closer has to do, and that's what he does. Also in this inning, though, one thing that we didn't talk about, they changed his shoes in the middle of the inning, so he's still in the blue shoes versus Noel V. Marte, right? Yeah, he's still in the blue shoes here. And then against Ellie De La Cruz, when does he switch shoes here? Oh, yep. Between pitch 3 and pitch 4, all of a sudden Sugar's got the black cleats on. So, of course, I did a little investigating. And I wrote my guy Jaycito, who was the guy who ran out there. Technically he's the ball boy, bat boy, I guess. But Jaycito, he's like the man. He's also a club. He's everything. And so he ran out there and he gave him these cleats. And I said, how many more did he have, back there? Did he bring 2 or 3 on the road? And he said, no, he brought a white pair, a blue pair, and a black pair. I mean, it's classic because he probably didn't pack his bag and somebody didn't know what they were doing. But what do you need a white pair on the road for? You're not going to pitch in a white pair of cleats and gray uniform. So the black saved him here. But the Mets don't wear black on the road, I'm pretty sure. So really should have had like 3 of his blues, but the black got the job done. As soon as he put on those black cleats, he got the final 2 outs. So that's pretty sick. All right, let's watch Sugar from the side throw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball real quick. Let's talk a little bit about what he does mechanically, and I'm very familiar with it because I've studied it for a long time. So when we talk about tipping with Helsley, Sugar gives you no chance to tip, right? Look where the glove is. It's wide. It's spread wide. The ball's in there. It's the same every time. He comes set very fast. He works very quickly for a closer. He gives the baseball players, the opponents, no chance to kind of like see what he's doing. He just comes set and he gets going. And then here's the delivery itself. It's a quick look, and then it goes, and it's just straight flow, man. This is like the loosest, whippiest delivery you're going to see. Huge high leg kick, obviously, that's his move. But his body is completely relaxed. There's no tension in his body as he's traveling down. Now, this is an external rotation of this hip. And it's hard to see right here, but this foot is kind of like turned inward a little bit, and it extends and pops open very late. And then because he's so relaxed with his upper body, you can see how stretchy it is, oh God, I'm out of vocabulary words right now, but he's just like, he gets into this laid open position very late in a very tight window. Like his hip opens late, but it's in a good sequence. He travels all the way down the mound before the hip finally opens here, and that's just as his arm's getting up. Elastic, Kegels, thank you. That is the proper term. And then he just slings the crap out of it with just harnesses all that energy and just whips it out. It's literally like a cracking the whip when Edwin pitches. The recoil is beautiful, all of it. So, just God-given, honestly, God-given. Works on his craft every day really well, but that body, the way it unwinds, it's special, man. Really is. Just so whippy. Yeah, I do need a shot of whiskey. I need a shot of something. My mouth is dry. All right, what else we got in here? Yeah, we got 62 people doing it right now at 11:14, and I'm loving it. All right. A lot of questions. A lot of stuff. Everybody was fired up for Suge. That was sick. Sugar with 3 men on is lights out, best in the league. His arm looks really loose. That's how it is. It's so loose. He's another one. Like he's okay with a lot of his misses. Like those misses, those arm side flyers, all he has to do is dial that in just like a couple degrees on his direction, and those balls are just like really hard to hit. They're just going like it's crazy. He's tough. And that's the other thing. Jaden, this is a great comment. I never realized how loose you need to be throw that hard. Now, it should be noted that not everybody throws hard the same way. There are fast movers, there are slow movers, there are strong guys, there are whippy guys, there's guys with height, do it with stride, guys who do it with sequencing. There's so many different variables that go into throwing hard. But in general, if you want to throw top level hard, yeah, you got to be kind of released, kind of relaxed. Otherwise, you can't get into those deep positions and kind of have as many degrees to work with. You know, it's that simple. As many degrees and as much time to accelerate at a really high rate. He's going to get paid a lot. He just showed Cohen he needs to pay him another 5 years. Well, it's going to be interesting because nobody gets 5 years at the end of 5 years, but he'll get more money. He'll keep going. He's got a shot to, you know, if Edwin gets longevity, he'll be another one of the Kimbrel, Jansen, Chapman type guys. If Pete had lobbed the ball, he would have been safe. You know, maybe that's true. Game for WAR. We don't know. We don't know. Pete probably would have been worried that Edwin couldn't handle the hard throw, but Acuna said, "Screw it. I'm throwing it right in your glove. This ball's going to catch you," and I think that's kind of what happened. In your experience, have you found high efficiency breaking balls or seam shift breaking balls to be sharper, assuming the spin rate is the same? I would say seam shift. And mostly it's because I think it's a little harder for the hitter to anticipate the seam shift. There's something about it that's a little more elusive. Like there's not as many clues in the ball flight, I feel like. Like when it's a very efficient spin, I mean it works as well, but usually depends on how much it's spinning, because the higher the rate, the more blurry the ball is. But like if I'm throwing a four seam and it's 2400, like that's not that blurry. I can hunt that. But like if I'm throwing a sinker, even though you can see the spin, you can't necessarily tell how much seam shift is about to occur until you kind of measure it after, but just seeing it and trusting that that's what it is a few times. Like there's not as much information in the ball flight. I don't know if that makes sense. That's my thought. Edwin said his front spike came off, and that's why he was slipping. What does that spike do? I mean, it's just like there's only so many spikes on the cleat. He probably pitches his same cleats all the time. Most guys like to pitch in their, in their broken in spikes. So Edwin probably did that last night, and then eventually they give, eventually they break. But if you don't have a spike on, that's not good. You need to be dug in. You need to have traction so that you can torque. That's why the metal spikes are so important. Also, the quality of the clay. One of the reasons why people love Yankee Stadium's clay is because it's kind of like a weird glue. Like your cleats go in it, but you don't dig it out, if that makes sense. Like you're kind of in it and you're secure, and you can just kind of rip. Sean Dowling, he couldn't catch too much of the Tong. What was the verdict, chat? What do we think? You guys want to let him know? I thought what you guys thought. For the most part, I thought he was pretty good. He got clipped for some homers. He has to be careful, I think, a little bit at throwing predictable fastballs and fastball counts, but he showed a lot. All the pitches were there. The movement was still great. He fought through it. He had some walks, one in particular that he really probably regretted, but he still gave him 6 innings, so I'm still encouraged by it. All right. Got a couple people give him their opinions as well, which I love. All right, so what else do I have on here? There are still like a gazillion things that happened tonight. What do I have in my phone? I had so much written down here in the notes. Like Verlander was good. They ended up losing that game. deGrom, Yordan, we watched. Ooh, let's watch two guys hurt themselves hitting foul balls off themselves. PCA today. So that's Cubs and only here do you get this type of content, folks. You get pain content. Washington and Chicago. Now, I love PCA. I really honestly hope he is not hurt. I'm assuming it's in this at bat. It's probably here. Let's see. Yeah, somehow he fouls it off his back knee. Yeah, Baltimore came back. That Dodger game was crazy. Yamamoto was 1 out away from the no-hitter, and then they lost. Never seen anything like it. Oh. Oh, off the front knee. Oh my God, like right off the kneecap. Oh, yeah, that'll hurt. You're totally exposed. Jermaine Dye, I think, broke his kneecap doing this. I'm actually impressed he laid off a pitch after that. I would have been toast mentally. How do you not swing at that and just give up? What happens the rest of this at bat? He walks? He just decided I can't swing. Let's see him jog. Oh, he's feeling it, but these guys are so tough, man. He ended up having to he's going to probably have to go on the IL for that. And then what was the other one? There was another one brutal. Oh, Dalton Rushing. He got actually put on the IL. I think this was yesterday's game. Orioles, Dodgers.
A good matchup for Ents, but he has struggled to locate.
Yeah, here it is.
Will Smith hampered by that bone bruise in the right hand.
He got put on the IL with a fractured foot here, and honestly, his reaction is like nothing.
Will Smith hampered by that bone bruise in the right hand. Rushing takes strike 3.
He's even arguing the call, but he just broke his foot. I don't get these guys. These guys are tough as nails, man. These hitters. Off the inside of his foot. Okay, really nothing to see. He just acted like it was just like, oh yeah, that hurt. That's ridiculous. Okay, so that wasn't that interesting. Something happened with Bichette too, right? There was a Bichette play at home today. Yankees, Blue Jays. So Bichette was on base, which would mean he hit out. He hit, so maybe it's on Luke's. Yeah, here it is. Let's see what happens here.
Line drive, it's a base hit to right field. Bichette rounds third.
Cody. Oh, he like jammed his knee or something. Oh, shin guard. Need a shin guard. All right. Is there a view that we can get a sick view of this? Oh, that sucks. Wow, it was also raining when this happened. Oh, man. All we get is broadcast view. This is the one downside. All right, so he just got hammered knee to knee. I don't understand what kind of... He did like a half slide there. He just got kind of... Yeah, but he stayed in the game. Apparently, the manager couldn't go out there because the manager doesn't like blood or something. It's crazy. Yeah, shin went right into his knee. That hurt. Soto had a scare too yesterday. Hit his ankle pretty bad. I actually saw that one. That one looked... I don't know how guys do it. I remember in high school hitting a ball off my shin and being like, "I'm out. Like, just quit. I quit. I don't want to hit anymore. I'm done hitting." I had a clean break my foot years ago and didn't feel a thing. It felt wet. That's weird, Sean. I don't know what that means. I love that though. Bellinger is a great all-around player. He really is. Hell of a ball player. All right, what else we got? We'll keep going. We'll keep trucking. We looked at Diaz, looked at Yamamoto, Verlander, Hunter Brown. Scooble pitched today. It's been some Rafael Devers stuff lately. He's been I was really hoping the Giants would win, but it would be more fun to talk about the Giants had they won. But I think they're like kind of in it now. They're only 6 out of the division now, which is crazy. And then in the WC, the wild card, they are now the next closest team at 4 behind the Metros. So, man, they could have got to 3 if they won tonight. Damn, that's so crazy. But yeah, Rafi's been playing a bit better. I think he's got a ton of homers lately. Public enemy number 1 now. Everybody hates this guy, but I like him. He's having a hell of a year. 381 on base percentage. 874. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Alejandro Kirk. Brendan, great comment. Alejandro Kirk fouled the ball off the ground into his ear off a splitter last inning of Yankees game. I saw that. And then they had to wait around for a while for them, Bednar, to then strike him out. What do you think about Schlittler going 2/3 of an inning? I think he went a little bit more than that. I think he went into the 1 1/3 or something. Yeah, he had a really rough outing. He had a really rough outing the other day. It's going to happen. He was rolling before that, but that, he had a rough go right there. I actually didn't think he threw that poorly when I watched the videos back through. Okay, Sean Dowling. I could imagine a bad foul and playing through it. Yeah, because you said it broke it with a shoe on, didn't know it. And then you saw the break. It's actually crazy. I remember a guy I played with, David Dahl. You guys might remember him. He was actually an all-star for the Rockies. He fouled the ball off the top of his foot once, and somehow he fractured the bottom part of his foot, which I thought was weird. I've seen some weird fractures. Brett Anderson hit a ground ball to shortstop, as he was one of our pitchers. He hit a ground ball to shortstop at San Fran during one of his starts. Didn't break his bat. Somehow broke his finger. Explain that one to me. So, yeah, there's some pain in this game. You definitely have to have some pain, go through some pain, especially as a position player and especially as a catcher. You got to be a little nuts to be a catcher. No, Will, you're not in hostile territory. We're talking about everybody, and I love the Red Sox too. I love my time with Boston. Peyton Tolley, I didn't really want to dig too much into the negative of his last game. That might be something to do. How do I look at Rafi's splits right now? Yeah, here we go, by month, because I do think lately he's been... Yeah, September, 1,000 OPS. August, 989 OPS. 9 homers in August, 3 in September. So 12 homers in very short order for Rafi. That's amazing. Let's watch some of them, and I'm not going to be able to get them. I don't know all the dates, so I'm going to have to go this route, which is kind of annoying. But, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's definitely been a weird year. I know way down the line, Red Sox fans would be like, man, Rafi Devers was awesome for us at some point. But, All right, now is there a way for me to go by month? This sucks. Home runs. No, can't do it. Well, I know he hit a home run yesterday. Maybe yesterday. That was pretty damn cool. So we'll at least watch that, because it's a very Rafi home run. Cardinals and Gigantes. Yeah, watch this home run off McGreevy here. This is a curveball. I'm pretty sure it's below the zone. Dude. 110 on that? 110 on a curveball below the zone is ridiculous. He's such a good off-speed hitter. I actually recall when I was with the Red Sox, there was a series we played in Houston where they threw him like 55 fastballs up in a row. And it actually worked for a while, and then eventually he whacked a homer. But the book on Rafi is like, any type of off-speed in the zone is just bad news. I even try to throw him fastballs. Dude, what a freaking swing. It's a very unique swing, but... the follow-through to the back pedal? What can we learn from this swing, hitting coaches? I really wonder. Yeah, I mean, how did he do this? Sorry, got a text. Yeah, that's just impressive. I really wanted to watch that. I don't know what you can learn about that. You just have to grow up hitting bottle caps or, beans in the backyard with a training stick, or, just wiffle balls and just random practice to have a chance to contort your body and drive a ball 110 below the zone on a curveball to dead center. Will Malik, miss having him already, but it seems like they're handling it well enough. Just seemed like bad decision communication on all sides. Yeah, I mean, it's over. It is what it is. I actually had it dead wrong. I thought he would eventually play first base for the Red Sox this year. I thought Rafi was just like kind of like part of the fabric of it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, things have changed a lot with Breslow over there. And hey, it's working right now, so can't deny that. Scott, I really hate watching his stance and everything, but obviously it works. Late night texts. Well, they weren't from you, my love. They were from Mike. Actually, he sent like a little GIF or something that he made. So, yeah. Well, at first when Rafi got over there, they couldn't win at all. Kevin, they were like terrible. But lately, obviously, they've been great. It sucks because I kind of root for the Cardinals a little bit because I have buddies over there, but at the same time, I wanted the Giants to win this series because I want them to get back in it just to make it more interesting and more fun, you know. And I applaud Buster Posey. I love having, you know, people I competed against in high places. It's very cool, very very cool. All right, what else we got? Woodruff threw great tonight. Don't really know if I'm going to watch a lot of that. Is there any more crazy offensive performances? Ooh, Omar says, I think runner signaled pitch type there. On the last ball, on the last thing I just watched? Let's see. Yeah, that was a little weird. He pointed back. But maybe that was like a subtle thing, like, hey, I have a one-way lead, like I'm going back, you can go ahead and pitch. Because like I'm trying to watch if you can see McGreevy's pitches at all. No, he's got them really well hidden. Yeah, maybe not. Good try, good thought though, Omar. Could have been. I love looking out there because that's a huge part of the game these days. Just the side view was weird, Sean says. Why is the bat so high and his body looks bunched, but in a good way? I wonder if coaches to try and change it. I think it's just gotten more and more extreme over time. Like Rafi does like this like crouch thing, and he's open, but it's almost like the leg is just driven straight back and up on one toe, and then he kind of curls in and then goes forward. I don't know. It is obviously very very weird, and a bit different. All right. What else we got here? Skubal. I mean, now that Crochet's had a couple starts that weren't his best. Skubal's back in the driver's seat for that Cy Young. All right, let's go here. Oh. Made a little mistake. Hit the wrong button. All right, let's go to solo shot. Yeah, Giants did lose that game in the ninth. We'll watch that in a second. Let me answer this question. I don't think you were ever traded. I was. Traded from the Yankees to the Red Sox. Not in midseason, though. Can you speak to the state of Devers' mind state struggle for 2 months now? It seems like it's comfortable. I mean, anytime you go to a new team, there's an adjustment period. Anytime, whether you sign with a new team, whatever. And it's really jarring the first time. So it's like you've been with one organization, and you can imagine for Rafi, he signed there likely as a 16-year-old to the Red Sox, right? So how old is Rafi now? Approaching 30? Probably not even, because that's how young he was when he got in the league. But whatever, he's in his late 20s or early or 30. And I think, it's crazy. You've been with one team for like almost half your life at that point, or a really big chunk of your life. So it's going to be a huge adjustment. You go to a new place. Also, he's a quiet guy. He's not somebody who's like immediately going in and it's just going to be the life of the party first day. He's going to have to learn his way around, figure out, who his people are and, how he fits in with the crew. And that's just normal. That's normal. It's the same with anybody in any job. But it's a little weird, obviously, because it's like, one day you're here, next day you're there, and you're still expected to perform. Now, in some ways, baseball is the easy part. You have a game every night. You can kind of block out all the weird stuff going on and just play ball. But sometimes it affects guys. It does. It creeps in. For me, that stuff never really crept in. But, only 28 still. That's insane. And then there's a question here from Alex about top trash talker, someone who's a true artist. Baseball doesn't have a lot of trash talk because we're not rubbing elbows with each other, There's been some guys who had, celebrations and, Fernando Rodney shooting the arrow or whatever. It's not really trash talk. Those are, finishing moves, I guess. you know, certainly Tommy Pham seems to let a lot of people know what's up, but I know Tommy, and it's hilarious to me. I think it's great. But yeah, Tommy likes to talk, so I don't know. There's not really too much trash talking per se. But yeah. Jaden, it's crazy because of the rotation, but the Mariners might lose their spot in the wild card. I know. I can't believe it. I thought they were going to win the division. Most of the year, I was very confident that when they got their pitching all back, and it is all back, that they were going to win the division, but they haven't. I even like the moves with Suarez and Naylor. I'm confused. They're not playing good baseball. There's not much time left. I think we're around 20 games left, right? Something like that. So, like, there's a very different part of the process that, too, for a fan. Yeah, of course. The fan process with a player leaving is different, too. 100% different. All right. Let's watch how they lose this game, though. Let's watch how they lose this game. It happened in the 9th. Beck was in there. No. Yeah. It was this Ivan Herrera home run. So this is the game winner. Wait. This is not the same game. That's why it was messed up. You're right. Sorry. I actually fixed my own mistake there without having to have somebody tell me. That's impressive for me. It was Ryan Walker. Okay, here's the 9th inning. Nolan Gorman. Ryan Walker definitely doing his Ottavino impression, throwing the old sinker slider from the low slot, cross body action delivery in the NL West. His is that was a lot harder than I ever did, but all right, here's a sinker. So sinker, ground ball up the middle. Here's another hit on a sinker. Yep, no man's land. Blocks the ball off into no man's land. You see it every damn game. First and second, no outs. Oop, and here's where it goes from bad to worse. 1-2, hits a lefty with a sinker. How is this possible? I don't know if I've ever hit a lefty with a sinker. That's amazing. So they're going for the front door sinker. Patrick Bailey's set up in, so the idea is to drive the ball there and then run it back into the zone. But he just really overcooks it. You can see how low his slot is. And it just hits him right in the tush. So bases loaded. Uh-oh. And now, wow, it all just went bad really fast. Sagisi. Paisan. Oh, good sinker too, but he inside outs it, just flicks it into center. Cardinal way. Just doing it the Cardinal way. Bases loaded, base hit. They somehow don't score 2 runs on that. And then Jordan Walker, the much maligned Jordan Walker, is going to get the walk-off hit here. First pitch slider and just gets around it and hooks it. And that's going to do it. Jeez Louise, what a 9th inning. Garrett Hampson scoring that winning run. Single, hit by pitch, single, double, game over. That was a great at-bat. Okay. Which one? The Sagisi? Which one? Which one was a great at-bat? The Crooks one? Or the Mason Wynn single? Ball. Slider away. Oh, I think you're talking about Sagis. I mean, this is a great swing. Sinker. I mean, dude, what a pitch right there. Throw that every time. Backdoor 98, sinker paint, and then this one runs in. Yeah, this is why you want a contact hitter up a lot of the time in these spots. Great swing. Good barrel. Giants selling relievers came back to hurt them tonight. No doubt about it. Would have been nice to have Rogers, Doval. Somebody else got traded over there, too. That was pretty good. Who was it? Oh, maybe the other Rogers. They have both Rogers this year for a bit. Yeah, they needed to summon the spirit of Edwin Diaz to get out of that. Did not work, though. Or I guess it would be Brian Wilson. Is that the Giants OG closer guy? I guess Rod Beck. I don't know, Giants fans. I know we got a few here. Mike, who's the OG? Who's the closer you think of when you think of the Giants as closer? Like closer for the Giants. Who's that guy? It's not Melanson. It's not Romo, right? Rod Beck. Okay, Rod Beck. Rod freaking Beck. All right. We're kind of out. We're kind of out of ideas here. Anybody else have anything that I should poke in? I don't want to go for too long, but let me. I mean, I've been going and going and going. But I asked my question about the last 20 games. You asked me a question about that. Let me look for it. How do you approach the last 20 games or so in a pennant race? How does the approach change for day-to-day lineups? Do pitchers change their approach knowing it's higher leverage? 20. I mean, you might as well be in the playoffs if you're close right now. So it's all hands on deck. This is like where it really matters what you did the first 5 months in terms of being smart with your pitcher usage and not breaking any of your guys. This is a pet peeve of mine, obviously, but if you're smart about this and you do it right, you can actually enter September with 5 or 6 guys that you really trust instead of it being 2 or 3. And I've been one of those 2 or 3 2018 Rockies. Go take a look at September appearances between myself, Scott Oberg, and Wade Davis. I'll tell you right now, we pitched like 75% of those games because that's what it took. But the whole important part is what you do leading up to that, so you actually have enough in the tank to actually go ahead and do that because you have to approach it like the playoffs. That wasn't the case in my year. I threw a crap load that year, even had an oblique thing, or missed 17 games, still threw 75 games that year. But again, like, the manager is going to go to who he can trust the whole way down the stretch. So that's kind of how I would look at it as a relief pitcher. I think as a starter, it's just like my numbers don't matter right now. It's all about just like collecting outs, being a dog, doing whatever I can for the team. If that means not throwing my sides during the week because I need to make sure I'm fresh, then I do that. And I don't worry too much about how my arm feels. You know, I just like try to recover and just try to pitch. I just trust the fact that I've made enough reps, had enough practice this year, that my stuff's going to be there no matter what, and I don't have to overthink it. At least that was something that I like to preach to guys is like, just trust yourself, man. You've made thousands, tens of thousands of great pitches. Stop getting freaked out because you threw a couple bad pitches one time. You know your adjustments, you know your lanes. Stay in your lanes, make your pitches, believe in yourself, you know, stuff like that. But dude, like the last 20 games, it might as well be the playoffs if it's close. It really is. As you can see, teams are doing crazy stuff. Mets send Senga down, right? They're throwing 3 rookies in a row. Sproat's pitching tomorrow. Like, they're doing what they think is best. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They got to do what they think. So that's where it's at this time of year. All right, more questions. Exactly. Will Malek is part of this. Thoughts on the Mets calling up all their young pitchers? It's because it was a need thing. Like, the rotation was really, really, really bad results-wise through June, July, and even into August. And, you know, Peterson was the only guy going deep. They were not getting consistent work from most of their guys. They had injuries. Senga's been kind of a little bit of a mess, at least in his own words, for the last little while. And so they kind of had their hand forced. I think McLean was an easy one because, as we can all see, he's really, really good. And Tong makes sense too. He kind of beat the door down, and I think they probably stared at themselves and said, I'd rather make the mistake of making the move than not making the move in this spot, so they go with Tong. Sproat, I mean, who knows? I haven't been watching him. I heard he's been a lot better lately. But I've intentionally not watched a lot of it because I want my video tomorrow to be super genuine first reaction to his first start and just give you my raw, honest take on it. So, you know, and just enjoy it. You know, enjoy it with fresh eyes. So I'm excited, but it is very much unprecedented as far as I can remember. A lot of times you bring up an electric rookie to help you in the bullpen or one guy who's a starter. You know, think Matt Moore with the Rays at one point, or in the bullpen like a David Price or an Adam Wainwright. But like, you don't really see it a lot, or Corbin Burns is another example, but you don't really see it a lot with like 3 rookie starters all at the same time with a team that's currently in the playoff spots. So that's crazy. So crazy. Thoughts on Sproat tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to watch. Just excited to watch. And Helsley, Kevin, we've gone over this guy a bunch of times. Me personally, I think there is a little something there, but I don't know that the hitter can see it. And so I'm not 100% sold that he's tipping and that everybody had it. He thought he was, clearly, because he moved his hands from up here to down here. He still had another weird outing. We just have to keep watching it. He's got such good stuff, but you got multiple things going on there, I think. And how is Jumpgate Customs? How is fatigue at this part of the season? Does that affect control or velo more? Everybody's exhausted. Everybody is mentally, physically exhausted. That's the thing about baseball. So there's a lot of willpower involved, a lot of being smart with your routine, figuring out how to, summon that 20 minutes of absolute crystal clear concentration when you actually have to perform. In my experience, it was more, I guess, like the mental endurance of it became the challenge. Some years I had great velocity at the end of the year, some years I didn't. That wasn't anything consistent with that. And then control, I felt like for the most part, it actually gets sharper as the longer you pitch. So I felt pretty good about that. Yeah, I watched T-May's video on it. I think he did a great job. Even after watching his video, I mean, I'm not 100% sold that they could see it, but he did a great job, and he definitely did show that he was fanning a little bit with the glove. It was just very slight to me, so hard to say. But again, we don't know. Single best pitch you've ever thrown. Maybe we can end on that. All right, single best pitch Ottavino's ever thrown. I don't have my iPad dialed up here with all my strikeouts on it. My other iPad, my personal iPad, which maybe I should charge for these occasions. I threw a backdoor fastball to Carlos Gomez in Milwaukee in 2015, my second outing of the season, or maybe my first outing of the season. And it was like 98-5, perfect pitch on the corner after two sweepers. That was the time where I was moving on the rubber, so it was even more nasty. And I don't know, it was like the combination of the best velocity I ever had with a perfect location off of a perfect sequence. So something like that. And I'll give you one that I really enjoyed from last year. Just for fun, since we're doing a little taste me session here, I'll give you one. I don't like to talk about myself too often, but I'll give you this one. Ellie De La Cruz. That one felt really good, and I kind of pimped it here a little bit, told him to get out of town. So let's watch. Oh, I got to share the screen here. Sorry. I'll give you guys one. Like I said, I'm going to give you one. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Strike three call. Reds in order for
I'm such an asshole sometimes. But, you got to be that way sometimes when you pitch. Anyway, I was very proud of that one. That was a good one. Even though it was 92, I was a big fan of that. What was the movement on that? That was a 19.4, 5.7 sinker. So it ran a lot. Good pitch. All right. Let's just do the probables for tomorrow, and then we're gonna say goodnight. Castillo and Strider, 12:05 tomorrow. Mariners Braves. Then Guardians Rays. Messick Rasmussen. Kershaw Sugano. Dodgers Orioles. Man, Dodgers. I still can't get over that loss tonight. That was insane. Scherzer and Fried. Love this matchup. Love both of these humans. The two Maxes. I love it. This is a great matchup. Rubber match, Yankee Stadium, 135. Beautiful. Oh, and then we got a little phenom matchup. Mizorowski and Bubba Chandler. This is great. A lot of hard fastballs in this game. And then Sproat and Hunter Green. This is a tough matchup for the Mets with the way Hunter Green's looked this season when he's been healthy. But they need this game. And let's see what the kids got. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I am sleepy. I'm about to go to bed. Davis Martin, Charlie Morton from Detroit. Taijuan Walker and a TBA in Miami. Phillies rolling. Ober and Lorenzen, Twins and Royals. Kai, Wei, Tang, and Sonny Gray from the Lou. Andrew Alvarez and Drew Pomeranz on the start here for the Cubs, so that's a bullpen game. Luis Garcia and Patrick Corbin. Stroh's Rangers. Cease Tanner Gordon from Coors. Sevy and Mitch Ferris. And then our Sunday night game, Bayo and Nelson from the Desert. All right. that is it. That is it. That's our longest stream yet. So I really appreciate it. I'm sure we'll go later at some point, probably at the playoffs and stuff like that, but I am cooked. So thank you guys very, very much. Very, 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 very much. Ooh, I like that stat, Cobra. All-time K per 9 with 700 innings. 23rd, Scooble. 24th, Ottavino. Let's go, baby. Tell you what, the kid did get some strikeouts. All right. Yes, I'm starting to schedule the live stream. I'm glad everybody's noticing that. All right, let me say goodbye. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Ooh, I don't think I picked a photo for today. This is still the same one I had yesterday. Damn, I don't like that. Let's do it live. We're going to do it live. All right, let me go find a photo. I got to switch it up. I know everybody's tired, but we got to finish this the right way, you know? We got to finish this the right way. It's only proper. We need a photo. How far back do I want to go? Ooh, we'll go here. Go right here. We'll go right here. Okay. Save image. Bing, bing, bing. I am superstitious. There's no doubt about it. All right, hold on. Image, properties. All right, there it is. All right, good night. See you guys.